standing campaign to deploy military personnel to the streets of U.S. cities over the objections from their Democratic leaders. The Democratic governors of Illinois and Oregon have accused Trump of deliberately mischaracterizing small, mostly peaceful protests as violent and dangerous in order to justify National Guard deployments. Government lawyers in both courts said the Guard soldiers were needed to protect federal officers and property from demonstrators. A White House spokesperson said the administration would appeal Perry's order.
New Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinch me.
Somebody say pinch?
Pinch, pinch.
We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
You don't call for pinches. Call for protection.
Hit it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea?
We're in Ohio.
So is that close, or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
Wall Street finished lower Thursday with the Dow losing 0.5%, the S&P 500 dropping about 0.25%, and the Nasdaq falling marginally. The stock market's pause comes amid a steep rally that has been largely driven by the rise of artificial intelligence technology. The run-up has prompted concerns that a bubble is forming, which could be a harbinger of an impending correction. Though Tally Leger, chief market strategist with the Wealth Consulting Group, remains upbeat about stocks.
The Federal Reserve, our central bank, has resumed its interest rate cuts into an economy that has been surprising many observers with its resilience, even strength. And you can include to that the robust pace of corporate profits with the current mania in artificial intelligence and business investment in technology, including AI. We think that this bull run has quarters, if not years more to run.
The U.S. government shutdown entered its 9th day with few signs of progress. Consequently, market participants continued to be deprived of essential economic data. Instead, they are relying on commentary from Federal Reserve policymakers, like New York Fed President John Williams, who told the New York Times that he favors more interest rate reductions before year-end due to risks facing the weakening labor market, while several big banks report quarterly results next week as earnings season begins. Stocks on the move included Delta Airlines, which advanced 4% after it provided an upbeat forecast for the current quarter and posted stronger than expected third-quarter earnings. And Costco rose 3% after reporting September sales climbed 8%.
So one of the deepest contrarian opinions that we embraced back at the end of the first quarter, and this is really in the dark days of April, was the consumer. And fast forward, what is it, 5 or 6 months or so now, what we have is a Fed that is cutting rates. This is a very interest rate sensitive sector. Meanwhile, the stock market generally has been surging and driving this positive wealth effect. Oil prices, including gasoline prices, have eased from year-ago levels, as well as mortgage interest rates similarly below year-ago levels. Now, you put it all together, this is releasing money back to consumers, allowing them to spend on discretionary items. That's a big tailwind for the consumer discretionary sector. So one of the biggest concerns facing the consumer would be meager job growth, but payrolls are not leading indicators. What's a leading indicator? The stock market itself, and it is looking across the economic valley to better times ahead. One of the key industries within the consumer discretionary sector is retailing. Some of the companies there that we do own and like include Target as a kind of traditional direct play on the consumer. A newer economy version of a retailer that we do like as well would be Amazon. So we remain bullish. We do think that stocks still have room to run. Sentiment, I would say, is perhaps neutral at best, and we're just not prepared to wave the checkered flag on this rally quite yet. Having said that, as responsible stewards of capital, we can always find things to worry about, and so we have crystallized some forward-looking thoughts around the force that could end the cycle. And I think that it is at once the thing that could extend it and stop the bull market in its tracks. And that would be technology capital expenditures, which are the bright spot on the U.S. economy right now. One of the components of GDP is business investment in information technology, equipment, and software. And that contains or includes investment in artificial intelligence. And right now, that is absolutely booming and is one of the key cylinders of the U.S. economy. So while I think that could continue in the quarters and perhaps even years ahead, if you were to strip that out, by definition, the economy would be looking a lot weaker.
All right, let's take a look at that weather forecast for Northwest Pennsylvania. Freeze warning in effect for a few more hours here this morning. We get into today, we're looking at plenty of sunshine and a high around 65. Clear to partly cloudy skies tonight with lows in the upper 40s. Saturday, cloudy, low 60s. Sunday, partly cloudy with temperatures in the mid-60s. Monday, partly cloudy, upper 60s. Tuesday, mostly sunny with temperatures in the upper 60s. That is a look at your weather forecast at 7:15. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Happy Friday to you.
Hello, Friday. It's good to see you. Today's gonna be a good day. Thanks for starting your Friday with Luke and Amy on the Morning Drill. Hello, Friday. It's good to see you. Today's gonna be a good day. Thanks for starting your Friday with Luke and Amy on the Morning.
Well, it is a Friday morning. Happy Friday to you, 10th day of October. And it's probably one of those mornings where if you've been used to just running out of the house since June or May without a jacket or something, you're probably going to step outside and go, oh,
it's cold.
I let the dog out last night and I saw my breath. I was like, I felt like a kid. I was just going, so.
Sorry.
No, it was great. He was doing his thing and I was just going. So if you drove past and you just saw me going, I just wanted to see my breath last night.
You were out smoking?
I don't smoke.
I know. That's what's so funny about it.
No. But, I was just going, it was fun.
Okay.
And then I'm like, it's kind of cold.
Yeah. I'm going to go back inside.
Hurry back in, dog. Hurry back in. Hey, weekend is here. A lot going on. But it's been like weekends here, like back to back to back, busy stuff going on. I know.
I really don't see an end in sight either.
I know if you're looking for something fun and scary this time of year, Scary Tree Acres, they're getting ready for their second weekend now.
It's exciting.
Yeah, tonight out at 2 Mile Run County Park. What a good time. Holy smokes. Like $25, you get to experience like everything. Everything. Yeah. So you can do that. Mr. Ron Vanderhoof, who was here the other day, that giant pumpkin behind you, he brought that. He's giving away like 200 of those pumpkins tonight.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Now listen, your child needs to be present to get the pumpkin because it's kind of weird if you don't get,
Yeah.
Well, it's for the kids, not for the adults. It's for the kids.
Yeah.
So make sure your child is present.
I love how you have to say that.
Well,
sorry.
Because
no, I get it.
There are people because it's a free something, and no, it's not for you. It's for your kid. So get your free pumpkin. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning. That's taking place now. 200 pumpkins, that size. That's the thing. I was talking. Ron and I were talking. Beginning of the week? They're not just like little tiny pumpkins. Look at those.
They're sizable pumpkins. So, like, I feel bad. I have driven past a roadside stand probably 6 times this season. And every time I drive past it, it's closed. But they have the most beautiful pumpkins. And I'm like, I'd really love to get, but they're always closed.
Amy.
Okay, I'm done now.
You did pick some up yesterday.
I did.
We've been eyeing them for a couple weeks.
We have.
We have a business story coming up, I think, after 7:30. I think if we can squeeze it in. Talk about the price of chocolate this Halloween season.
I don't want to talk about it. I had to buy some for an event.
I've been saying we just haven't done it. It's not. I mean, it's me too. It's like, hey, let's just keep. Every time we go to this one place, let's just grab a bag and save it.
I mean, yeah. Never mind.
What?
I saw it last night. There isn't a lot left. If you wanted to get online and order it.
No, I want to support a business.
I know.
I just, yeah. I don't want to be that guy.
No, I meant like order it and pick it up.
Oh,
not.
Gotcha. I don't want to be that guy or that family on the street where like all the kids are avoiding us. It's like,
here's some Smarties.
Right.
Nobody wants those.
It's the bank lady, and they got just bank candy.
Oh, there's dumb suckers.
Dumb suckers. Hey, nothing wrong with those.
That's
like a staple.
It is, but not for Halloween.
Do you still have those?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if Teller's still.
Yeah. There's a basket on the back counter.
All right. Cherry and do they serve root beer?
Yes, they do.
All right.
I always like the. I can't think of it. I like root beer and cream soda.
I'm spoiled, so I don't have. I don't think I've been to a window in a long time because I.
You walk into somebody's
kind of
office.
bypass the system a little bit, and it's very convenient for me. But you have very, very talented staff members.
I do,
and I'm missing out, I think, on the dumb situation by not going to the window.
And fantastic conversation. You're stuck talking to me, who you always talk to, when you could be talking to somebody who's actually nice to you.
Gotcha. What's another industry where it's like candy is kind of expected? I know a lot of people will have candy at their desk, like secretaries,
I think so. It's not candies expected. It's if you go to like your pediatrician, it's a sticker or a pencil.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, and our son,
or a dentist, you're always getting a toothbrush and dental floss. I think as you're exiting.
They gave our son, and it was very funny because he had to go to the doctor the other day. But they asked him if he wanted his sticker, and he took. Well, he was going back and forth between there was a Halloween one and Bluey. Which is a cartoon that he's watched once in his life, which was very funny when we watched it because we were in the waiting room of the ER watching it. But he took that and they're like, that's hilarious.
So I was with him in a waiting room. And again, he's 16.
Yeah.
But he's seeing his pediatrician.
It's not, he can transition, like we can transfer over. We just have a fantastic pediatrician. So it's not like they're like, I want to go.
Well, no, I just feel bad. He was 16 and in the waiting room, are like these 2 and 3 year olds.
Yeah.
But on the television was Spookly, the square pumpkin.
Yeah.
So he goes back and I'm sitting there just watching this and like adults are looking at me like, because I'm enjoying this. I'm like, oh, yeah, we played this a lot. We played this a lot when our kids were little.
It was like the intro to the season for us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So here I am enjoying sitting in the waiting room at...
That was a good movie.
Watching Spookly, the Square Pumpkin.
I don't know. It had a great message, great movie.
Okay. Some catchy songs. But yeah, like the adults are like, do you have a kid here? No. I'm just here to watch TV. But anyways, yeah, there's, I'm trying to think. So I was just somewhere the other day and somebody offered us candy. Where was it? Oh, I don't remember. Oh, no, I don't remember. But there's a lot of places you walk into and there's like a little bowl of candy in the
And you kind of, yeah, you're like, oh.
So I think for Banks, it's what candy or the dum-dums and pens.
Yeah.
And you've had people like actually grab pens and.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we're gonna get to birthdays and what we're celebrating here in just a few moments. Amy's going to let us know what's happening, not just today, but through the weekend. So when you're waking up Saturday or Sunday and you're like, what am I celebrating today? You'll know. You can have it written down and enjoy the whole weekend. This is going to be one of those crazy weekends. And the crazy start to next week. We're going to have a best of Monday and Tuesday on the program. So we do apologize. We will not be here Monday and Tuesday. There's a big event happening in our region that we get to be a part of. It's a big energy summit where folks from Washington, D.C. get to come up and visit Drakewell Museum and other locations here in Northwest Pennsylvania. So we're going to be live streaming those presentations Monday and Tuesday. We're looking forward to doing that. We've been a part of it in the past, but this year's a little bit extra, and we're going to be doing that, and we'll hopefully have some clips for you over the next couple weeks. We'll play as a number of big-time people will be visiting the region, so that's always cool. They'll get to travel and see the birthplace of the oil industry. So a great setting to have a talk on energy, and
definitely
looking forward to it. So that's Monday and Tuesday, but we'll be back Wednesday on the program. So yeah, going to be a busy few days. Looking forward to it. And then we're going to be wrapping up the regular season of fall sports in the next week or two. I know soccer, I think, wraps up next week.
Yeah, we have a game Saturday.
Okay.
Saturday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Okay.
And
we'll be there for
the
two
end
of those.
Regular season.
It's crazy fast. Crazy fast.
It is.
And then after tonight, it's week 8 of high school football tonight. We'll have 2 more weeks left, and then of the regular season, and then they'll be announcing all the teams in the playoffs. So, yeah.
Sounds good.
A lot going on. All right, let's get to birthdays here first. We'll start with that, and it is the 10th day of October. Who's celebrating a birthday today?
All right, rocker David Lee Roth is 71. Actor Bradley Whitford is 66. Actor Mario Lopez is 52. Actress Jodie Lynn O'Keefe is 47. Actress Rose McIver is 37. Actress Amy Teagarden is 36. And that is all.
All right. Slater. How old Slater?
52.
52.
You always ask me that when I go to my next.
Sorry.
parade.
Well, you should always pause then.
There's no pausing.
Not with you. There's no.
Nope.
Let's just go. There's no slow.
Bulldozer.
There's no stop.
Straight ahead.
Just go.
Look out.
Demolish everything in front of you.
Yep.
All the time.
That's it.
All right. What are we
My
celebrating?
gift. Cuba Independence Day. Fiji Day. Huduma Day. Inclusion Day. International Stage Management Day. Local Government Day. Maroons Day. Ooh, National Angel Food Cake Day. Yeah. National Cake Decorating Day. National Handbag Day.
Why does
I might celebrate that.
Angel food cake with like strawberries and some Cool Whip?
It's just refreshing.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
so
like a spring
Yeah.
for some reason. We have that like Easter time, don't we?
It starts at like Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. National Handbag Day.
Handbag Day.
I know.
Hey, listen.
What?
Our anniversary is in November, and there's a couple years back to back where I think you got some nice handbags. So I
did, and I showed you one the other day, and you're like, "Meh." Okay.
See, why? Okay.
Are you ready? We're not there yet. We're not done. We've got a lot to cover.
Okay.
Okay. National Hug a Kevin Day.
Oh.
Yeah. You know a couple. The beginning of the 10 Years' War. Vet Nurse Day. World Animal Road Accident Awareness Day, World Day Against the Death Penalty, World Egg Day, World Homeless Day, World Mental Health Day, World Plant-Based Burger Day, World Porridge Day, and that's it.
That's today.
That's today.
Okay, tomorrow.
Okay. It's General Pulaski Memorial Day, I Love Yarn Day, International African Penguin Awareness Day, International Girl Child Day, It's My Party Day, National Chess Day, National Coming Out Day, National Costume Swap Day, National Motorcycle Ride Day, National Sausage Pizza Day, National Spread Joy Day, Southern Food Heritage Day, Universal Music Day, World Hospice and Palliative Care Day. And that's it for that. I'm sorry, I'm going through. And then on Sunday, we have Day of Respect for Cultural Diversity, Farmer's Day, Harry Potter Book Day, Hispanic Day, Lady of Aparicia, Mexico Day of the Plural Cultural Nation, National Free Thought Day, National Gumbo Day, National Pulled Pork Day, National Savings Day, National Vermont Day, Our Lady, I already said that, it's like on there twice, I'm sorry. Pasture Appreciation Day is on Sunday.
Oh.
World Arthritis Day, Anti-Poverty Week, Bone and Joint Health National Action Week. And that's it. It's also Hugh Jackman's birthday, Kirk Cameron's birthday, and that's it.
You know what? The 10 Years' War actually ran 9 years, 7 months, 2 weeks, and 4 days. So it should be not quite 10 Years' War.
The almost 10 years.
The almost 10 Years' War.
Am I on Monday?
We're not here Monday and Tuesday.
Okay. See if I would have listened to you. Do you want me to do Monday?
Oh, it's you. Oh, you don't listen to me.
Do you want me to do Monday, Tuesday real quick?
No.
Okay.
We're going to hit news.
Well, Monday's Columbus Day, so please remember that your local post offices, banks, federal buildings are closed.
That's right. All right.
So.
Happy Columbus Day on Monday.
Yeah.
All right, 7:30, your headlines are coming up next. We'll have some business stories for you, sports, and more coming up.
A federal judge in Chicago on Thursday temporarily blocked U.S. President Donald Trump's deployment of hundreds of National Guard soldiers in Illinois. U.S. District Judge April Perry said she was having difficulty lending credence to the government's claims of violence at daily protests over Trump's immigration crackdown at an immigration facility in the Chicago suburb of Broadview. Perry said the behavior of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers has prompted the protests. Deploying Guard soldiers to Broadview, Perry said, would, quote, only add fuel to the fire that defendants themselves have started. Her order will remain in effect until at least October 23rd. Around the time of Perry's ruling, about half a dozen Guard soldiers could be seen milling around inside the gate at the ICE Center in Broadview. A group of about 10 protesters were outside. Meanwhile, a 3-judge panel at a federal appeals court in San Francisco on Thursday appeared likely to set aside the ruling blocking a similar deployment in Portland, Oregon. That would clear the way for hundreds of soldiers to enter that city. The outcomes of the two cases could have significant implications for Trump's expanding campaign to deploy military personnel to the streets of U.S. cities over the objections from their Democratic leaders. The Democratic governors of Illinois and Oregon have accused Trump of deliberately mischaracterizing small, mostly peaceful protests as violent and dangerous in order to justify National Guard deployments. Government lawyers in both courts said the Guard soldiers were needed to protect federal officers and property from demonstrators. A White House spokesperson said the administration would appeal Perry's order.
vehicle shopping? Make sure you check out Titusville Ford first. Shop our amazing selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Visit us on Route 8 in Titusville and see why our customer service is a cut above the rest. Titusville Ford, your hometown dealer.
Discover unforgettable savings of over $8,000 off your next Chevy truck at Community Chevrolet's September to Remember sales event.
It's like the saying goes, a golden retriever never forgets.
I'm not sure you have that right, Clark. You might want to acknowledge the elephant in the room. What's truly memorable is Community's savings this month of more than $8,000 off a 2025 Silverado and nearly $5,000 off top SUVs like the Tahoe. So don't forget about the September to Remember sales event this month only at Community Chevrolet.
Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Whether you want to go and lead in your craft in the trades, whether you want to go and be that nurse or medical worker and have a real impact on lives, or whether you want to go and help that business improve its bottom line, this is the place. And now is your time to go with confidence, to go with skill, to go succeed. The Education and Training Center at Pitt Titusville.
I needed a place I could feel cared for without the long drive. I chose Meadville OBGYN because both my sisters came here, highly recommended Dr. Kristen. Dr. Kristen makes me feel very comfortable. Like I'm family, like we're friends, very personable. My daughter Evie was born breech, and it was Dr. Kristen and Dr. Barco, and they were incredible. It was a wonderful experience. I wouldn't ever want to go anywhere else.
Community Connect Federal Credit Union, serving Crawford, Venango, Forest, and Warren counties. Their mission is to provide quality, low-cost, and personal financial products for the growth and security of their members and families. Stop in, call, or visit our website, communityconnectfcu.com, and click Join to get started. Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street in Titusville.
I'm Ben Leach, Republican nominee for Magisterial District Judge, reminding you to get out and vote Tuesday, November 4th. As the only candidate with over 13 years of real courtroom experience and a dedicated career in the justice system, I've consistently demonstrated the ability to remain fair and impartial. As I continue my lifelong dedication to serving our community, I strive to be the kind of leader our citizens deserve. On November 4th, vote with confidence for a candidate who is qualified day one, bringing the experience needed to serve as your next Magisterial District Judge.
Wall Street finished lower Thursday with the Dow losing 0.5%, the S&P 500 dropping about 0.25%, and the Nasdaq falling marginally. The stock market's pause comes amid a steep rally that has been largely driven by the rise of artificial intelligence technology. The run-up has prompted concerns that a bubble is forming, which could be a harbinger of an impending correction. Though Tally Leger, chief market strategist with the Wealth Consulting Group, remains upbeat about stocks.
The Federal Reserve, our central bank, has resumed its interest rate cuts into an economy that has been surprising many observers with its resilience, even strength. And you can include to that the robust pace of corporate profits with the current mania in artificial intelligence and business investment in technology, including AI. We think that this bull run has quarters, if not years, more to run.
The U.S. government shutdown entered its 9th day with few signs of progress. Consequently, market participants continued to be deprived of essential economic data. Instead, they are relying on commentary from Federal Reserve policymakers, like New York Fed President John Williams, who told the New York Times that he favors more interest rate reductions before year-end due to risks facing the weakening labor market, while several big banks report quarterly results next week as earnings season begins. Stocks on the move included Delta Airlines, which advanced 4% after it provided an upbeat forecast for the current quarter and posted stronger than expected third quarter earnings. And Costco rose 3% after reporting September sales climbed 8%.
So one of the deepest contrarian opinions that we embraced back at the end of the first quarter, and this is really in the dark days of April, was the consumer. And fast forward, what is it, 5 or 6 months or so now, what we have is a Fed that is cutting rates. This is a very interest rate sensitive sector. Meanwhile, the stock market generally has been surging and driving this positive wealth effect. Oil prices, including gasoline prices, have eased from year-ago levels, as well as mortgage interest rates similarly below year-ago levels. Now, you put it all together, this is releasing money back to consumers, allowing them to spend on discretionary items. That's a big tailwind for the consumer discretionary sector. So one of the biggest concerns facing the consumer would be meager job growth, but payrolls are not leading indicators. What's a leading indicator? The stock market itself, and it is looking across the economic valley to better times ahead. One of the key industries within the consumer discretionary sector is retailing. Some of the companies there that we do own and like include Target as a kind of traditional direct play on the consumer. A newer economy version of a retailer that we do like as well would be Amazon. So we remain bullish. We do think that stocks still have room to run. Sentiment, I would say, is perhaps neutral at best, and we're just not prepared to wave the checkered flag on this rally quite yet. Having said that, as responsible stewards of capital, we can always find things to worry about. And so we have crystallized some forward-looking thoughts around the force that could end the cycle. And I think that it is at once the thing that could extend it and stop the bull market in its tracks. And that would be technology capital expenditures, which are the bright spot on the U.S. economy right now. One of the components of GDP is business investment in information technology, equipment, and software. And that contains or includes investment in artificial intelligence. And right now, that is absolutely booming and is one of the key cylinders of the U.S. economy. So while I think that could continue in the quarters and perhaps even years ahead, if you were to strip that out, by definition, the economy would be looking a lot weaker.
The U.S. is stepping up pressure on Chinese airlines, proposing a ban on their use of Russian airspace for flights to and from America. The move, announced Thursday by the Transportation Department, aims to level the playing field. Chinese carriers currently fly over Russia, indicated here in red, cutting travel time and fuel costs. U.S. airlines have to take a longer path around Russia to reach the same destination, highlighted in blue. American carriers say that gives the Chinese airlines an unfair edge. The Transportation Department calls it a significant competitive factor and wants it stopped, though the new proposal exempts cargo-only flights. Chinese airlines have just 2 days to respond to the proposed order. A final order, which could take effect as early as November, might impact Chinese carriers like Air China and China Eastern, but it wasn't clear if Hong Kong-based Cathay Pacific would be affected. Russia has blocked U.S. airlines from its skies since 2022, a tit-for-tat response after Washington banned Russian flights over the U.S. after the invasion of Ukraine. The new proposal comes amid rising tensions between Washington and Beijing over economic issues. Thursday also saw China impose stricter controls on its exports of rare earth minerals, which are critical to many U.S. firms. Such issues are likely to be in focus at the end of October, when President Trump and Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping are expected to meet face-to-face in South Korea. Last year, the Transportation Department said Chinese airlines could boost weekly round-trip U.S. flights to 50, but that was criticized by U.S. airlines, who said flying over Russia gave Chinese rivals an unfair advantage. More than 150 weekly round-trip passenger flights were allowed by each side before restrictions were imposed in early 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
China dramatically expanded its rare earths export controls on Thursday ahead of talks between Presidents Donald Trump and Xi Jinping. The world's largest rare earths producer added 5 new elements to its list of restricted rare earth exports. Beijing also added dozens of pieces of refining technology to its control list, while announcing rules that will require compliance from foreign rare earth producers who use Chinese materials. The Ministry of Commerce also announced extra scrutiny for semiconductor users, saying defense users will not be granted licenses, while applications related to advanced semiconductors will be approved on a case-by-case basis. The slew of new restrictions follows calls by U.S. lawmakers earlier this week for broader bans on the export of chip-making equipment to China. And Beijing's regulations mimic rules the U.S. has implemented to restrict other countries' exports of semiconductor-related products to China. They also expand controls Beijing announced in April that caused shortages around the world before a series of deals with Europe and the U.S. eased the supply crunch. The new curbs will take effect on November 8th, just before a 90-day trade truce with Washington expires. Their announcement comes ahead of a scheduled face-to-face meeting between Trump and Xi in South Korea at the end of the month. Founder of Singapore-based Edge Research Tim Jong said Thursday's move increases Beijing's leverage ahead of the meeting.
China has stepped up checks on imports of US chips, including those made by NVIDIA. That's according to a report by the Financial Times on Friday. It cites sources saying customs officials have been dispatched to major ports to conduct strict inspections. The move comes as Beijing sharpens its focus on promoting homegrown semiconductors. According to the FT, the checks initially centred on NVIDIA chips meant to comply with US curbs on exports to China. But it says they've since been widened to cover all advanced semiconductor products that could breach those curbs. China's access to NVIDIA's world-leading chips has been a major source of tension between Washington and Beijing. The FT says at least $1 billion of the firm's advanced silicon was smuggled into the country over the 3 months from May. That contrasts with reportedly lukewarm demand for a chip design that NVIDIA is allowed to sell there. While Huawei and other local companies have made progress in recent years, Reuters sources at Chinese tech firms say the US chips are still considered to perform better. In August, Donald Trump floated the possibility of allowing NVIDIA to sell its most advanced products in China again, but there has been no word since on an official change of policy.
From how gold dazzled investors to what took the shine off Ferrari's electric reveal. This is the week in numbers. $4,000 an ounce was the new record for gold prices. Bullion is considered a safe haven, which investors seek out at times of increasing global uncertainty. And there's no shortage of that right now, according to Reuters metals and mining expert Veronica Brown.
I think an awful lot of what we're seeing is about fear right now. If you think about gold as a mirror onto the rest of the world, you could really describe it as being the sum of all fears, whether they be geopolitical or economic. You can feel there's a lot of angst around what the trajectory is for the dollar, what's going on with interest rates, the impact of tariffs, higher prices that will lead to inflation, and that makes the task of central banks when they're trying to balance inflation risks against interest rates particularly hard.
$5.4 billion is the amount SoftBank has agreed to pay for the robotics business of Swiss engineering group ABB. The Japanese investor is forging ahead with a strategy to fuse robotics and artificial intelligence. It's the latest move by SoftBank as it seeks to become a core player in the development of AI. The $36 billion bid from snacks giant Mars for Kellanova could be about to clear a major hurdle. Sources have said the European Union will give unconditional antitrust approval. The deal, among the biggest in the sector, would bring together brands from M&M's and Snickers to Pop-Tarts and Kellogg's cereals. 12,260 is now the number of Airbus A320s delivered since the type began service just under 40 years ago. And that means the European jet maker just hit a major milestone. Its A320 family of planes has overtaken the Boeing 737 to become the most delivered jetliner in history. And 16% was the drop for Ferrari shares amid disappointment over the luxury car maker's new long-term financial targets. The share price drop wiped nearly $15.7 billion off the firm's market capitalization. That took the shine off the unveiling of the technology behind its first electric car. The automaker set a revenue target of around $10.4 billion for 2030, a less ambitious figure than the market had been hoping for.
Well, that freeze warning should be expiring in the next couple hours. Looking at sunshine today with temperatures in the mid-60s, mainly clear tonight with lows in the upper 40s. Saturday, cloudy, low 60s. Sunday, cloudy, mid-60s. Monday, partly cloudy, upper 60s. Tuesday, mostly sunny with temperatures in the upper 60s. That is a look at your weather forecast this morning at 7:53. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Glad you're with us here on a Friday morning. Next hour, our third hour, which you can catch on our website, YouTube channel, Facebook page, or the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel playlist on YouTube. We've got Christian Maher from the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation, and Mr. Sports, Bruce Peterson, will be with us, and Bruce will have not only his picks for the games this week, and by the way, kind of a shocker last night with Thursday night football where you had the Giants putting it to the Philadelphia Eagles 34-17. Yeah, holy cow. The Eagles now have dropped 2 in a row. And we'll also get Bruce's take on Penn State and their big loss and out of the college football rankings at this point. So, yeah.
All right.
Looking forward to both conversations with Christian and with Bruce next hour. Other than that, great local programming will continue on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, not only throughout the day, but all weekend. And, yeah, a lot going on. It's cool to see. I've been watching a lot of the different football games, and there's been some great programming. So check that out on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. We'll have the matchups for this weekend here, week 6 of NFL action with Bruce again next hour. We're going to, we've talked about the giant pumpkin behind you and how Mr. Ron Vanderhoof is just handing out 200 of those to the kiddos tonight between 5 and 8 at Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. So if that's something that is of interest to you, or you want to take a nice little ride and get your pumpkin, just make sure the kids are with you.
Yeah.
And he'll give 1 pumpkin to each kid. So let's say you've got a van full of, 3 or 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to get 3 or 4 pumpkins. Each kid's going to drive off. And the way it's done is so slick. You just kind of, you pull in. It's like a little drive-through. You pull in. Roll your window down, you say hi to Ron and his crew, and they'll hand you pumpkins. So, and we'll hear from Ron in just a moment. We'll recap that part of our conversation we had earlier this week in just a few moments. So, weather-wise, AIM, it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice weekend, and temperatures nice and cool, but awesome fall weather.
'Tis the season.
And I don't know what you're thinking. You're like, about time.
I know.
I was just reading about La Nina and what it's going to be like this winter. I was trying, I just want like basic information.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, it's like paragraph after paragraph of all this scientific jargon. It's like, just let me know what's this. What does this mean? Because it's saying, it could be a weaker La Nina, so it's going to maybe do this. But in the article itself, they still don't really know. Weather is weather. It's unpredictable, as much as you want to say it. I mean, listen, they do a good job, right?
Yeah.
But, Mother Nature is Mother Nature. So it's just been kind of interesting to see. I was just kind of hoping to click on the article, and it's going to say, well, here, in the Northeast, it's going to be this. Northwest, it's going to do this.
Give me the basics.
That's what I was looking for.
That's all I want. I'm with you.
I don't have time.
I don't hear about everything.
Yeah.
I really don't want your opinion filtered in.
Well, there wasn't.
Oh, okay, good.
Just give me the facts. All right. But anyways, enjoy the weekend. It should be fantastic. So I know you're looking forward to it. A lot of soccer this weekend.
There's a lot of soccer this weekend. Yeah. 2 days, lots of soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And football tonight. You won't be with us. You were part of our crew a couple weeks back, but you won't be with us.
I have a meeting. Sorry. You'll have to do without my crappy filming. Just kidding.
Wow.
I will be the first to admit that you have a fantastic film crew. And you probably use 2% of my footage versus theirs. Like, they do such a great job. So
That's
I'm just like,
true.
I'm just, la, la, la.
That's not true.
No, it is. It's 100% true. Because it's like, oh, wow. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be filming that.
Yeah. Hey, we'll be back with you live next Wednesday. Enjoy your weekend.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. And here's Ron and I talking about his big pumpkin event that's coming up tonight between 5 and 8. Third annual pumpkin giveaway. Let's recap that, Ron. Coming up this Friday.
This Friday.
5 until 8 or until the pumpkins are gone. And it's right at the store. Just pull in. Again, recommended that your child be with you. Again, it's just a nice thing. To see the smile on their faces is awesome.
We want to see the smile on their faces. So,
okay. Can't believe it's the third annual already, and it's here this Friday. Free pumpkins at Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning. So get your free pumpkin. And again, wall supplies last, so get in there and get them. Do you try to make time to carve one, or are you just too busy this time of year?
You wouldn't want to see something I carved. It was,
I don't
know.
know. I think when people drive past, they want to see something in your window.
Yeah, you think? Okay, we'll work on that.
And then we want to see a picture of it.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking. But again, it's a fun time, and you got a lot of pumpkins this year.
Got a lot of pumpkins, so come on out.
Okay, that's this Friday, 5 to 8, or until they're gone. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning. And just a location again, Ron?
Route 8 North, Hightowne, across from St. Catharines Cemetery. A lot of people know that.
Yeah, there you go. And your service area, for those that might be thinking about service, where do you go?
Well, greater Titusville area. We go down Tynesta, Tityute area, okay? Canadota Lake, about Union City is about as far as we go that way. But
Okay.
so kind of draw a circle there.
Awesome. Ron, good to see you. Come back and update us on everything that's been going on.
We will.
All right, thank you.
Sun jumps up just like a spark. Coffee brews, I'm ready to embark. Screen lights up there, they are again.
A federal judge in Chicago on Thursday temporarily blocked U.S. President Donald Trump's deployment of hundreds of National Guard soldiers in Illinois. U.S. District Judge April Perry said she was having difficulty lending credence to the government's claims of violence at daily protests over Trump's immigration crackdown at an immigration facility in the Chicago suburb of Broadview. Perry said the behavior of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers has prompted the protests. Deploying Guard soldiers to Broadview, Perry said, would, quote, only add fuel to the fire that defendants themselves have started. Her order will remain in effect until at least October 23rd. Around the time of Perry's ruling, about half a dozen Guard soldiers could be seen milling around inside the gate at the ICE Center in Broadview. A group of about 10 protesters were outside. Meanwhile, a 3-judge panel at a federal appeals court in San Francisco on Thursday appeared likely to set aside the ruling blocking a similar deployment in Portland, Oregon. That would clear the way for hundreds of soldiers to enter that city. The outcomes of the two cases could have significant implications for Trump's expanding campaign to deploy military personnel to the streets of U.S. cities over the objections from their Democratic leaders. The Democratic governors of Illinois and Oregon have accused Trump of deliberately mischaracterizing small, mostly peaceful protests as violent and dangerous in order to justify National Guard deployments. Government lawyers in both courts said the Guard soldiers were needed to protect federal officers and property from demonstrators. A White House spokesperson said the administration would appeal Perry's order.
Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
Anyone with a kind and generous heart and a little money can be a philanthropist. You too can be a force for good in our community, and the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation is here to help you make the most of your charitable giving. We've partnered with hundreds of people like you to make our world and our community a better place. You can give through us to support scholarships or any charitable organization or purpose. Whether you're interested in establishing a permanent endowment or adding to an existing fund, we want to be a part of your plan. Contact us when you're ready to make your mark. Together, we can make your contribution go further.
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been serving the needs of Titusville and surrounding communities since 1965. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that have been passed down from one generation to now a new generation, who will work to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. When you need them, they will be there for you. This has been their foundation for almost 60 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street in Titusville. Share the fun of train travel and relive our country's oil history as you ride the OC&T through the valley that changed the world. Learn about the past while traveling on vintage cars. See a variety of wildlife with stops at Drakewell Park, Petroleum Center, and Oil Creek State Park. Arrive early and see the vast collection of train and railroad memorabilia at Perry Street Station. After the ride, enjoy a night's stay at the Caboose Motel. For seasonal specials or for more information, visit octrr.org or call 814-676-1733. For over 30 years, J. Gill Plumbing and Heating has taken pride in being the premier heating and air conditioning service provider in the area. Our highly skilled and certified technicians will work closely with you to address your heating and air conditioning repair, installation, or maintenance needs. And with the J. Gill Service membership, you can take advantage of additional benefits like filter replacements and priority service scheduling. Plus, members get 10% off future projects. Call today to get a free estimate or ask about financing options. Call J. Gill Plumbing and Heating today or visit them online at jgillplumbingheating.com. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
211 is a simple telephone number to remember when you don't know where to go for help. Dial 211 when needing to find health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. It's free and confidential, and you'll have access to thousands of programs and services for emergency and non-emergency situations. Visit pa211nw.org to learn more, and remember, help is available by calling 211.
Are you tired of juggling multiple pill bottles? Titusville Express Pharmacy has your solution, now offering compliance packaging. Your medication sorted and sealed by dose, making it easier than ever to stay on track. In a hurry? Take advantage of our convenient drive-through service. We also offer free local delivery for those that qualify. Titusville Express Pharmacy, where convenience meets care. Visit us today at 401 West Spring Street in Titusville. Simplify your medication routine with Titusville Express Pharmacy.
Wall Street finished lower Thursday with the Dow losing 0.5%, the S&P 500 dropping about 0.25%, and the Nasdaq falling marginally. The stock market's pause comes amid a steep rally that has been largely driven by the rise of artificial intelligence technology. The run-up has prompted concerns that a bubble is forming, which could be a harbinger of an impending correction. Though Tally Leger, chief market strategist with the Wealth Consulting Group, remains upbeat about stocks.
The Federal Reserve, our central bank, has resumed its interest rate cuts into an economy that has been surprising many observers with its resilience, even strength. And you can include to that the robust pace of corporate profits with the current mania in artificial intelligence and business investment in technology, including AI. We think that this bull run has quarters, if not years more to run.
The U.S. government shutdown entered its 9th day with few signs of progress. Consequently, market participants continued to be deprived of essential economic data. Instead, they are relying on commentary from Federal Reserve policymakers, like New York Fed President John Williams, who told the New York Times that he favors more interest rate reductions before year-end due to risks facing the weakening labor market. While several big banks report quarterly results next week as earnings season begins. Stocks on the move included Delta Airlines, which advanced 4% after it provided an upbeat forecast for the current quarter and posted stronger than expected third quarter earnings. And Costco rose 3% after reporting September sales climbed 8%.
Well, it should be a nice day today. That freeze warning set to expire here shortly. Sunshine today, mid-60s, mainly clear tonight. Upper 40s for a low. Saturday, cloudy, low 60s. Sunday, cloudy, mid-60s. Monday, partly cloudy, upper 60s. Tuesday, mostly sunny with temperatures in the upper 60s. That is a look at your weather forecast at 8:09. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Just around that bend, you'll find the fall home of our next guest here this morning. Christian Maher joins us from the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation. How are you? Good to see you this morning.
It's nice to be seen. I'm trying to hang on to the last bits of summer, even though I had frost everywhere this morning.
Yeah. Isn't that weird to say in October, though?
No, you look back at your Facebook memories occasionally, at least I do, and we had snow this week a few years ago, so... it's not too strange. I'm heading to Wichita next week, Kansas, for a conference, and was looking to see what the weather was going to be, and it was in the 70s there yesterday.
Wow!
Like around 10 o'clock at night. So it's going to be a little warmer, so I can, look at me getting out of town, going to balmy Wichita, Kansas. But
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's a great conference. I'm a firm believer that continuing education stuff is worthwhile, and this is a conference of smaller, typically more rural community foundations, and so you learn a lot from your peers and people who are, have either gone through what you're going through or going through what you're going through. Have advice, have similar kind of service areas, and maybe have taken on slightly different projects from what you have and can offer some advice. So really kind of excited about that and seeing some colleagues who I haven't seen in a few years, because I haven't gone to this conference since 2019.
Wow.
So
it's funny. We talked to chamber directors, and they have a big conference coming up next month.
Yeah.
And it's funny. You would think a chamber that has, 2 or 3 times the amount of employees would have different issues or problems that they face, and they don't. They have a lot of the same problems.
Yeah.
Challenges.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago we had our statewide conference down in Hershey. Which, have you ever been to Hershey?
Yeah.
This was my first time, so it's
yes,
chocolate everywhere. And
streetlights are awesome, aren't they?
On the breakfast tables,
yeah.
We had to go to Chocolate World on our way out.
Did you pocket it? Because we just had a story this morning that the price of chocolate this Halloween is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'd be putting that stuff.
I should have, right?
Right.
So, but yeah, we talked to folks from the Pittsburgh Foundation and the Philadelphia Foundation who have literally billions of dollars, and they're still trying to figure out some of this stuff too. We talk about okay, well, how do we make an impact? How do we move the needle on some of these issues? And it's all the same stuff, no matter how big or small you are.
Yeah. Well, I hope for your trip coming up that you're set to go. I know you have your attire ready and picked out. I saw this posted the other day. Very nice.
Thanks. I try. I try to be a little bit of a fashion plate sometimes. I mean, maybe not this withstanding, but
no, I think that's just holding on to summer, right?
This is just you've got to. I didn't get to enjoy as much of it as I would like. So,
well, listen, it's gone pretty fast, right? The whole summer and
really
fall, fly. So winter should.
I'm hoping.
Maybe not. We'll see.
We'll see.
What goes on between obviously a conference coming up, but what are you working on? What's the main focus this time of year for you?
So a little bit of what we're talking about right now is, we've got we've always had this pipeline of people who have planned their charitable giving with us, and so we know like that there's some stuff coming in. We know that they've got things in mind, but we had this idea because this last year we had some money just fall into our lap here for Titusville projects. We used it to we used our first distributions from the fund to do the mural downtown. So really great stuff.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I mean, did you see like the pictures of people that visited the community over Oil Festival or just the last parts of summer, and they made it a stop to get their picture taken there?
Oh, really? No.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by it. I would love to get Sarah to do a project over at our building in Meadville as well. But so we had this money just fall into our lap. Like, we didn't know this person. We hadn't built or at least we felt like we hadn't built like a big relationship with them. And when they passed away, they were like, here's money. And wonderful problem to have. I mean, I am not complaining about that at all. But it's also helpful for us to kind of know what's in the pipeline and know what people are planning, to have a little bit of an inkling. Sometimes people will talk with their advisor, and the advisor's like, oh, don't tell them. Like, they'll just bother you for more. And that really couldn't be the furthest thing from the truth. Or the advisor might be like, oh, don't tell them. They'll tell other people. And that is also pretty far from the truth. Like, if when people come to us and tell us their plans, I like to say that I'm the bank vault. Like, we lock things away, we put it in the file, we don't really talk about it. We just make sure that somebody gives us their plan and we're like, okay, this makes sense. We can do this, 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 and this. Every once in a while, there's a component in it where like, this one thing is going to be tricky. Can we adjust that to make it to be this, which is really a little more impactful, maybe a little easier for us to administer, because people don't always know the ins and outs and intricacies of like how we operate. So what we're going to try to do this fall is just to say, hey, if you've talked to somebody, if you've talked to your accountant, attorney, financial advisor, if you've made these plans, if you've set us up as beneficiary of your IRA, for example, just let us know. You can change that at any time. No harm, no foul. Just let us know that you've made the change. We're not banking on any of these things coming to fruition, but we want to be a better partner in those kind of plans.
Yeah. And by the way, I think that says a lot about who you are, actually, because even if you go back and watch any interview we've ever done, I think you get a piece of this part of you where it's, some people would be like, yep, we'll just take the money and do whatever. You want to get to know somebody. You want to kind of protect somebody's legacy. You want to help them. You want to find projects that would fit, what they would want.
Right.
So I guess what I'm saying is you care.
Well, and sometimes in the plan, there's not enough detail. Sometimes there's way too much that would really hamstring our abilities to actually do what you want to do.
Right.
Because you're not quite seeing like how it works on the ground. And that's where like the dialogue piece really comes in handy, because somebody can say, oh, well, I was thinking it was going to do this. And I'm like, well, I see where you're going with that. But like, if we actually did it like this, you're going to be making it harder for somebody. Scholarships are a really good example. A lot of times I do try to get folks not to do scholarships these days. I mean, you've got how many kids in college? 3?
15.
15.
2.
How inexpensive is college these days?
Well, let me tell you.
So we've got all of these scholarships, and they're wonderful, and we really appreciate the generous people who created them, but it's not keeping up with the rising cost of college in the way that other things could. So rather than do a scholarship, I usually talk to somebody. I'm like, hey, there's ways we can use those dollars to help students get into the college of their choice, get other aid, that might be more impactful. And maybe that's the direction we want to go. We could, they have these dual enrollment classes for high school students to take college classes while they're still in high school. Those, for whatever reason, are much less expensive than your traditional college classes. So, like, we could put that charitable money towards dual enrollment classes. We could put that money towards students who are taking the AP class. You have to take the test to get, and you have to pay to take the test to get the credit. So, like, we could invest in that. So there's always another option. And this is what we do every day. So we're always thinking about, okay, where is your charitable dollar most impactful? And we want to help people.
And that's not sometimes a 2-minute conversation. That's getting to know somebody over a period of time.
I had a 2-hour coffee date the other day with a friend of mine who's also a donor, and we got talking and about a gift that they wanted to make, like, now, not small, but not huge. And I was like, well, you can just let us, like, do whatever we want with the dollars. And as we got talking, it became clear that, like, what would really kind of light their fire was if we use some money for professional development for nonprofit personnel. So if I needed money to go to my conference because I couldn't get there, if United Way was putting on a program for the organizations they serve. If we wanted, our friends at the nonprofit partnership in Erie have their annual conference coming up. And if we needed transportation for groups of people up to that, like, we could put money towards that. And that just lit up my brain a little bit. I'm like, oh, that could be the perfect thing, because there is such a need. Like, a lot of us who are running organizations are kind of like thrust into this role, and we might be really good at one part of the job. Maybe it's the finance piece, maybe it's the management piece, maybe it's the program piece. But, like, I'm not good at the HR piece, I'll tell you that. Like, so I need a little bit of bolstering from my board and from, like, continuing education, that kind of thing, so that I don't do something stupid.
Don't worry, I do stuff every day. That's
right. HR gets called every day at you, I'm sure.
Yes. Amy is up here a lot.
Right. So those kind of things, it's like, okay, well, how do we strengthen the sector and give people the skills they need, help them, be the best nonprofit employee they can be, and sometimes it takes money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm kind of excited about it.
Awesome. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Christian Maher with us here this morning from the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting to have a 2-hour conversation about, like...
But you never know,
those things.
right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it was great. Like, and then I come back to the office energized, and I start throwing things at the staff, and I'm like, here, let's try this. Let's do this.
But that's great. That means you love what you do. I think that's what that means.
Well, I mean, I love the people, too. Like,
yes.
They're...
I think almost like me to a degree. You like talking to people. You like hearing stories. You like learning about things. I think every day you're probably learning something new.
Yeah,
which is great.
Well, and we've got fascinating people here who've they've made their living here. They care about the community. They want to see a bright future for this place, and they really want to invest in that. So they're thinking about, like, impact and things, and they're thinking about, like, well, in my professional career, I was doing this, and what really benefited me was something, and, like, how do I, instill those values in something else, and, and give back to the community. And a lot of these people have, children and grandchildren here. Some have kids who've gone away, and maybe they hope that if they, make this a more vibrant community, that they'll come back perhaps. And
let me ask you, there's also, I think, for folks that thought, boy, I'd love to do something. I'd love to help. I'd love to invest. I'd love to, plant that seed. I just don't have, in their mind, millions of dollars to get something started.
For sure.
But that's not the case.
No. And again, we're flexible, and you're taking your dollars and you're combining it with the money that other people have given over the years. So, you know, that kind of builds on itself and makes for a deeper impact. And so, you know, it takes all of us doing a little bit at a time, here and there, and figuring out what's going to like light your fire.
Again, that's one of those conversations you pick up the phone and say, hey, let's have that 2-hour meeting and have some coffee or lunch or dinner or whatever. You've met people all times of the day.
Yeah, and I think people don't, you know, I think also people are, you know, you think about it as like, okay, well, I've got cash. Like, okay, well, that's not all you can necessarily give. Like, there's some people are making us beneficiaries of life insurance policies and things that, you know, they've taken care of all their burial expenses. Their children are taken care of. So they don't necessarily need like an additional thing like that. So they're like, oh, well, I could just make you beneficiary of this life insurance policy that, you know, I've paid $100 a year for 20 years and it's all set. So there's those kind of things. I was talking about weird things that people give.
You love this stuff.
I do love this stuff. Like, you know, if you want to leave us your suit of armor collection, you can do that. Colleagues of mine have had that happen before.
Wait till you get my Pez dispenser.
Oh, you have some good ones though. You have some without the feet. Like, they're actually worth something.
Yeah, a couple.
So, you know, it's weird stuff like that sometimes. But that's what we're here for. You know, like we can monetize something like that.
People think I'm crazy sometimes because I'll start talking end of the year. Or holiday stuff in August. And I only do it in the sense that people should be, you know, obviously planning ahead, thinking ahead. And more and more, I think you've got people that are going online and saying, okay, what's coming up here? I need to know. I'm kind of mapping out the rest of the year. But planning, and that's what it comes down to. Not last minute things, but actually looking at things and planning. It's October. We're almost in the middle part of October. Time's ticking down to the end of the year. So to get some of that year-end stuff.
Yeah. So like, so one of the things I'll say for this year is the, you know, charitable deduction. If you want to itemize, it's a pretty high threshold. So if you're a person who wants to make a significant gift this year, take advantage of that charitable gift deduction. You can give to the community foundation and create what we call a donor advised fund. You make one huge gift. And so then that money, you get the charitable deduction. You can carry that deduction over 5 years if you need to. Most people probably don't. But then the money's with us. We're investing it. And over the next 5, 10, 20 years, you can give out a little bit at a time to the organizations that you've always supported, or you can put that money towards an endowment or something. But this is a term they call bundling or bunching that allows you to kind of like make one gift like every 5 years, one big gift every 5 years, take advantage of the itemized deduction and have a little bit better tax treatment. This is especially good if you've perhaps got a stock that has grown in value since you purchased it. If you bought Apple back in 1990 something, or Nvidia maybe, 5 years ago, and it's grown, and you're like, hey, if I sell this, I'm going to have a huge capital gains tax. You can give that stock directly to us. We will sell it. There's no capital gains to you. You get the deduction for the full amount of the value. So there's multiple. So not only are you getting the tax deduction, but you're avoiding the capital gains. And that, if you're a little higher net worth individual and you want to make more of an impact, that's the way to do it right now. So if you're planning and thinking about, okay, what does this year look like? And it's October, and I have 2.5 more months to make a charitable gift for this calendar year. Give me a call, because if you call the last week of the year, my head will spin. Historically, we do have those things happen, and we try our best But
I think you told me in the past where it's like I would love to take some time off between Christmas, New Year, but
I usually do. But,
yeah, but it's like I know I'm going to get that call or a couple calls.
I haven't in the last few years. People have been really, I think we've been really pretty good about getting the message out.
Okay.
And getting people to plan. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, we're, it's a really good problem to have. If somebody's calling you about their charitable giving, like last minute, we're not going to complain.
Right.
But if you want to do it now, it's even better. And especially the stock market's still doing really well. Like things are up. Strike while the iron's hot.
That's right. That's right. What point of the year do you start looking ahead to next year and mapping things out and at least getting some things on the calendar?
Well, so we've already started doing that. We've figured out what we have dates for Crawford Gives for next year.
Whoa.
I know.
So it'll be back.
So I think it'll be back. Yeah. Unless somebody else puts the brakes on it. We're having some talks about, again, capacity building workshops and things of that nature. We haven't put that in the calendar, but we had meetings about it this week. And yeah, so it's the usual stuff for the coming year, and just trying to keep our head above water,
Well, amazing stuff as always, Christian. If folks have questions, want to get a hold of you, how do they reach you?
They can call the office at 814-336-5206. They can talk to me, Georgette, or Amanda, depending on who's around at a certain time. I'm going to hibernate today, and I'm going to go into hiding and do meeting minutes.
Nice.
That I've procrastinated on, and or they can go to crawfordheritage.org.
Well, have a good trip. Good to see you this morning.
Thanks. Nice to see you, too.
All right. Take care.
A federal judge in Chicago on Thursday temporarily blocked U.S. President Donald Trump's deployment of hundreds of National Guard soldiers in Illinois. U.S. District Judge April Perry said she was having difficulty lending credence to the government's claims of violence at daily protests over Trump's immigration crackdown at an immigration facility in the Chicago suburb of Broadview. Perry said the behavior of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers has prompted the protests. Deploying Guard soldiers to Broadview, Perry said, would, quote, only add fuel to the fire that defendants themselves have started. Her order will remain in effect until at least October 23rd. Around the time of Perry's ruling, about half a dozen Guard soldiers could be seen milling around inside the gate at the ICE Center in Broadview. A group of about 10 protesters were outside. Meanwhile, a 3-judge panel at a federal appeals court in San Francisco on Thursday appeared likely to set aside the ruling blocking a similar deployment in Portland, Oregon. That would clear the way for hundreds of soldiers to enter that city. The outcomes of the two cases could have significant implications for Trump's expanding campaign to deploy military personnel to the streets of U.S. cities over the objections from their Democratic leaders. The Democratic governors of Illinois and Oregon have accused Trump of deliberately mischaracterizing small, mostly peaceful protests as violent and dangerous in order to justify National Guard deployments. Government lawyers in both courts said the Guard soldiers were needed to protect federal officers and property from demonstrators. A White House spokesperson said the administration would appeal Perry's order.
New Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinch me.
Somebody say pinch?
Pinch.
We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
Oh, don't call for pinches. Call for protection.
Hit it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea?
We're in Ohio.
So is that close or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
Wall Street finished lower Thursday with the Dow losing 0.5%, the S&P 500 dropping about 0.25%, and the Nasdaq falling marginally. The stock market's pause comes amid a steep rally that has been largely driven by the rise of artificial intelligence technology. The run-up has prompted concerns that a bubble is forming, which could be a harbinger of an impending correction. Though Tally Leger, chief market strategist with the Wealth Consulting Group, remains upbeat about stocks.
The Federal Reserve, our central bank, has resumed its interest rate cuts into an economy that has been surprising many observers with its resilience, even strength. And you can include to that the robust pace of corporate profits with the current mania in artificial intelligence and business investment in technology, including AI. We think that this bull run has quarters, if not years more to run.
The U.S. government shutdown entered its 9th day with few signs of progress. Consequently, market participants continued to be deprived of essential economic data. Instead, they are relying on commentary from Federal Reserve policymakers. like New York Fed President John Williams, who told the New York Times that he favors more interest rate reductions before year-end due to risks facing the weakening labor market. While several big banks report quarterly results next week as earnings season begins. Stocks on the move included Delta Airlines, which advanced 4% after it provided an upbeat forecast for the current quarter and posted stronger than expected third quarter earnings. And Costco rose 3% after reporting September sales climbed 8%.
Well, that freeze warning set to expire shortly. Good deal of sunshine today with temperatures in the mid-60s. Mainly clear skies tonight with the lows in the upper 40s. Saturday, cloudy, low 60s. Sunday, cloudy, mid-60s. Monday, partly cloudy, upper 60s. And Tuesday, mostly sunny with temperatures in the upper 60s. That is a look at your weather forecast at 8:39. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Joining us this morning, Mr. Sports, Bruce Peterson. Hi, Bruce. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Good to see you.
Top of the morning to you.
Boy, I was thinking a lot about you this past week, especially last Saturday.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what.
Yes, you tell me what.
That was a shock. That was a shock. I didn't see that coming.
Nobody did.
Nobody did.
Yeah.
And wow.
Hey, by the way, we're talking about Penn State football.
Yes, we are.
By the way, the newer coach for UCLA isn't somebody who's just like came out of nowhere, right? He was a former quarterback for UCLA.
Is it Neuheisel?
Neuheisel, yeah. And the son of Rick Neuheisel.
Yes.
So he's got some coaching chops and some experience there.
Well, when you look at the way that UCLA played against Northwestern, they look lifeless. And you put this new coach in, Neuheisel, and a couple of new coordinators. I mean, they look like, world beaters.
Yeah.
And obviously something happened there. I don't know what happened, but obviously a change was needed, and the players really responded to it. And I think caught Penn State off guard.
Yeah.
Big time off guard. And if you look at the numbers, I mean, the possession was 2-1 UCLA, 2-1, 20-10, or 40-20. Rushing, I think they had 280 yards. Penn State had 157. And if you watch the game, it's like, Penn State in the first half was like lifeless. And they finally caught fire in the second half, but it was just too late. And they were behind USC last year, 21-7, and they came back and won. And this one was 27-7.
Yeah.
21-7 last year, 27-7 this year. They just couldn't come back. I mean, they made it close. It was 37-42, but so what's this mean for the program? Well, I think this was a seminal event, or a tipping point in the Franklin college football era. There was Franklin Penn State football before these two games, and now there's Penn State Franklin football after these two games. I mean, things have changed. What does that mean? I don't know, but the fan base is livid. I mean, that's putting it mildly. I have seen so many podcasts this week about this coach and this program. This guy's got to go. This guy's, not a positive word to be said. Now, he's got a 10-year contract that he signed in 2021. His buyout now is $50 million. After the end of the season, it's $48. But I don't know about you, Luke, but I look at this program and I say, okay, these donors just ponied up $700 and some million to redo this stadium. I think they could find $50 million to buy him out. What do you think?
Yeah. This is
no. I'm not saying that they will do that.
I know, but
I'm not saying that's going to happen.
But I guess my thought here. This is another problem with all this money coming in, right? you start giving money and now you think you have a voice. Or should you have a voice if you're donating the money?
Yeah, should you?
Because I said to Adam the other day, I'm like, what was that like Monday morning when he walked into the building? Like, does the AD, who puts up the wall to guard him? Like, was his phone voicemail full? Was he getting called into the AD's office? What was that situation like for Franklin?
I'm sure there was a discussion. I'm sure there was. Now, nobody's going to know because that stuff stays private. But you got to, and I watched his press conference this week, and it was almost like nothing had happened. He was like, matter of fact, yeah, we had a tough game. We're really disappointed, and we made mistakes, and we didn't play well, blah, 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 blah. But Franklin, I think, is very good at putting up a good face.
Yeah.
He's a PR kind of person. He's a coach that communicates well. But I think personally he's concerned because, and my take on him and the Penn State fan base is that if he loses them, I don't know if he wants to stay around. I mean, you're going to start getting booed at games. Every time you're asked a question by the press, it's going to be negative. I mean, you're going to be overwhelmed.
Well, and that's already happening.
It's already happening.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get, and he's got a stretch of football after Northwestern. He plays at Iowa, at Ohio State, and Indiana at home. Oh, man, we could see 4 losses. Iowa's not a tough, they're a tough team to play out there. They're not a top 20 team, but they're always good. And then you got to play Ohio State. He's 1-10 against them. Mm-hmm. What's the chances of winning there? And then Indiana, well, they're one of the best teams in the Big Ten this year. And what's he going to do against them? They're well coached. So he can have 3 more losses. Not saying he will, but when you look at this team psychologically, where are they at?
Well, so where are they at? For like your perspective. Is it players? Is it mismanagement from coaching? Because, I mean, they brought in...
Well, I think it's... I like Joe Klatt. Joe Klatt is my favorite football analyst. And he works for Fox, and he's around these teams. And he watched these games from front to back. And he said that the players weren't used right. He said they went away from their strengths, and they played to their weaknesses. Now... in Oregon, you can understand it. Oregon can, shut things down. But UCLA was not a dominant team physically or defensively. And he just said that it didn't look like they were playing to their strengths. He didn't like some of the play calling. And that goes to Kolinicki, the offensive coordinator. And Christian Hackenberg came out and said that Kolinicki has been what's been the problem for Aller. He came out and criticized him.
Yeah. Because Aller was supposed to have a big year this year.
He was. Now, and Joe Klatt said that. He said they didn't lose because of Aller. He said he wasn't the problem. The problem was wide receivers weren't getting open. The line wasn't playing well and we're blocking good. But he said Aller played a good game. I looked at the game. He says he played a good game. It wasn't his fault. It was other people on the team and it was the coaches. That's what he said.
Ooh. So why doesn't Franklin get ahead of this before it's him that's walking out the door and get rid of the...
We're going to see. And I think my take on this season is this. How is he going to respond? How is he going to respond? We'll see. He plays Northwestern this week. They're favored by 14.5 points. All right? Then he goes in the gauntlet. He goes to Iowa. He goes to Ohio State. He plays Indiana at home. In 4 games, we'll know how his career at Penn State's going to go. Because if he gets a couple more losses, now he could run the table. He could run the table. Do I think that's possible? I don't think so. I mean, he's 1-19 in these big games nationally. He's 1-10 against the Big Ten. I mean, the track record's not there.
And that's exactly why the fan base wants him gone.
Exactly. He doesn't win the big games. So some people are saying he's just not that good a coach. He's a great promoter, and I personally like Franklin. I don't think he's a bad guy. he does a lot of stuff off season that's good. I mean, he's not a selfish person, but how good a football coach is he for like a top 5 or 10 program? I don't know.
I think that's always a downside to sports for me, because it always ends up somehow drifting into the personal stuff, right? Where people want to see this person gone and destroyed. It's like, wait, this is a person.
Right.
You can say, yeah, he shouldn't be the coach or she shouldn't be the coach,
But he's not a bad person.
Yeah, but it always drifts into that, right?
Oh, I know.
So,
and that's what you do when you're trying to get rid of somebody. You're going to dig up every little thing they ever said, every little thing they ever did, and even make up stuff.
Sure. So, and there's two perspectives here with Penn State, right? There's the Penn State fans, the fan base, that this is all they're going to be talking about all week, right?
All week.
Then you have the national media, right? The national media. Thankfully, though, you have this Bill Belichick thing going on that's kind of taken taken away from this.
And you just don't know. But like I said, I've thought about this all week. I think, how are they going to respond? How are they going to respond from here out? And we're going to know. I think we're going to know. We're going to kind of get an inkling when we see them play against Northwestern. It's going to be at home. They should run all over this team. If they struggle to win, then the crescendo is going to get louder. Then they go play Iowa. Then they go play Ohio State, and then they go play Indiana.
But you don't think they'll make any coaching changes? And I'm not talking about Franklin. I'm talking.
I don't think so. I mean, who's he going to change to?
That's just it, right?
I mean, who are you going to get at this point in time? Who are you going to get? Would he take the play calling away from Kolonicki? I don't think so. Franklin has never called plays. I don't think he's going to tell Kolonicki he can't call plays. Who would you give him to?
Yeah.
And Jim Knowles is one of the greatest defensive coordinators of all time. I mean, he's been nothing but successful. Wasn't very successful that game, but, for whatever reason. But
maybe Ohio State's paying him to.
Yeah. Do bad. Call bad plays.
Let's do this. You're watching the Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Mr. Sports, Bruce Peterson with us here this morning. But you hear that, too, in the NFL. And there's so much of this going on right now, Bruce, where, fans are talking about mismanagement of talent on the team. So-and-so's not getting the ball. And the players hear this from the fans, and they're like, yeah, you're right. I'm not getting the ball as much as I should be. I'm getting paid, this much. I need to be making these plays, and
now,
it's all over.
I will say this, sometimes we'll say, well, why didn't they run the ball? Well, sometimes the defense in the other team has something to say about that. It's not all you.
Right.
It's who you're playing. And it's the same thing with offense. Maybe, they should be doing that. Well, maybe they're not going to allow you to do that. There are two teams out there. All right. And now with Oregon, that was a well-matched. They were well-matched teams. It was a very close game. They lose it in the second overtime, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
It's not like Oregon ran them over. It was a game you expect from two really good teams playing head-to-head. But then you play UCLA, who's winless, who scored 57 points in the last 4 games, who's looked lifeless. But that new coach may have made a difference, Luke. He may have made a difference. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he went in, and I think I don't know what the relationship was with the old coach, but I think there was problems. And I think the players seeing him come in and with this new attitude, I think they got, hey, wait, we're going to play some football.
Do you think there's problems with the players in Franklin?
I've not heard anything.
So it's not like, hey.
And Allard just came out and said, I wouldn't want to play for any other coach. That's the quarterback.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And if there was a problem, I don't think he would have said that.
All right. Because you could see them saying, well, look what they just did. Maybe we need to do that and get some fresh blood in.
What I've heard Joel Klatt, and some other analysts say is that Penn State's not developing their talent well enough. And Joel said Penn State has top 5 talent. They're loaded with talent. They're just not developing them. They're just whatever the coaching staff they have, they're just not developing according to him. That's not me. That's him, Joe Klatt, guy that played college football at Colorado, quarterback. understands the game extremely well. He says they're not developing their talent like they should. That's his opinion.
What's your pick for this week?
Well, I'm picking them to win, and I think they will, but like I said, we're going to see. Okay. The next 4 games is going to tell us, I think, really whether Franklin's going to be there or not. And my feeling is this, Luke.
You think it'll be him before an assistant coach gets let go first?
Yeah. I mean,
or is it to the point where it's so big now where it has
I think
to
the focus is on him. And I think, how does he respond to this? It means everything. And I think if this season goes south, I think he's not going to want to be there.
See, that's usually why you pick somebody and use them as the scapegoat to,
right.
Now,
will he do that? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going to do.
Hey, you know what was amazing? The Steelers had a week off, but yet they continued to win as all 3 teams in their division lost.
Yeah. They're playing the Browns this week, and I'm concerned. I don't know why. I'm concerned. Now, they have a young quarterback. I don't know. This game concerns me. I think they better be ready to play. I mean, ready to play, because they could lose this game. I'm just saying, they better be ready to play. I'm concerned about this game because you know how it is. I mean, like last night, the Giants beat the snot out of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming?
Yeah.
You just never know in these games. Like some young quarterback might have a big game. You never know.
Well, that's the beauty of sports.
It is.
And same with high school, and even I think a bigger degree in high school is, you're playing a team that, like Hickory last week. Titusville played Hickory. Hickory's this big school and powerhouse. Well, they're still high school kids.
They're still high school
kids. You never know.
You never know. Something can happen. Player gets hurt. You have a bad game. Big time player goes down. And next thing you know, you're kind of on your heels. And when the other team feels that and they start pushing and you can't stop them, all of a sudden it's like the dam burst.
Yeah.
And it happens.
And same here. And not to give, any tipping, my cap to the Eagles, but they had a short week and coming off a pretty tough loss.
Yep. And see, that's the emotional part.
Yes.
Coming off that tough loss, just like Penn State, coming off that tough loss, you go into that next week, you got to get ready because the next team's coming. And if you're not ready, that's what happens.
And that's where it's on the coaches.
Yeah, that's the coaches have to get the team ready. You've got to say, hey, guys, yeah, it was a tough loss. It's bad, but you got to get yourself ready.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. The Pens, who lost their first 2 preseason games, won their last 5, and now have won the first 2 games of the season, and now got a 7-game winning streak. So here's this team.
Hey, happy hockey season.
Full of young players. So I don't know what this team's going to do, but with a new coach, simpler strategy, simpler scheme, you never know.
Listen, guys.
They got some young talent.
This puck, we just got to get it in the goal.
That's all you got to do. And keep their guys from putting their puck in their goal. That's all you got to do.
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple. So, yeah, that's I mean, they've won 7 in a row. That's good. So,
anything new with the ownership situation?
I haven't heard a thing.
Okay.
So, I think that'll play its way out. It's probably it's probably in the lawyer's office right now, but
something will happen.
My feeling is yes. I think that Boston Sports Group or Fenway Sports Group wants to kind of unload the Penguins. I don't think it's been the experience they expected, so we'll see.
It's tough too, Bruce. When your heart is in a certain region or area, and those are the teams you love, and you pick up someone else, you may love the sport or love the idea of owning multiple. It's hard to manage that when you're
it's being owned by a company instead of by a family, and I think that's a big difference. And I think that's what they're finding out, that Pittsburgh hasn't responded well to them being a company as opposed to a family. I think, and of course Lemieux wants to buy him back with help of Burkle, so we'll see.
Okay.
All right. I want to go over 5 college games. These are all interesting because they're all games that could, I think, go either way. The first one is number 1 Ohio State is at number 7 Illinois. Illinois is a really good team this year. Ohio State's favored by 14.5. I don't know. we'll see. I think Ohio State will win, but I don't know if they're going to win by 14.5. Then you got number 7 Indiana at number 3 Oregon. Oregon's favored by 7.5, but Indiana's a tough team right now. I would say Oregon, beware. Beware, my friend. You're playing a tough team with a really good young coach. Third game is number 6 Oklahoma at unranked Texas. Texas is favored by 1.5. So, and remember, Texas was the number 1 team in college football in the early season rankings, and they fell out. Them, like Penn State, have fallen out of the rankings. So, this will be interesting to watch. Then there's number 15 Michigan at unranked USC. USC's favored 2.5 point because they're the home team. So, this will be an interesting game to watch. These are both heavyweights in the Big Ten. And then finally, number 8 Alabama is at number 14 Missouri, and Alabama's favored by 2.5 points. That's not a lot at Missouri. So these are all close games that could go either way. I quickly want to go over the playoffs, baseball playoffs. Cubs and Braves, Cubs and Brewers. Series is tied 2-2. Dodgers and Phillies, the Dodgers 1-3, 3-1. Yankees and Blue Jays. Blue Jays won the series 3-1, and the Tigers and Mariners are tied 2-2. So we got a game tonight and a game tomorrow night, and then we'll get to the Major League Baseball Championship Series, which I think starts next week.
Real quick picks: Broncos, Jets.
Broncos.
Rams, Ravens.
Rams.
Cowboys, Panthers.
Cowboys.
Cardinals, Colts.
Colts.
Seahawks, Jaguars.
Seahawks are favored. I'm going with the Jaguars. This Lawrence, this young quarterback, has got to get this mojo going.
New coach.
Yeah, new coach. And I like this young quarterback, Lawrence. He's struggled, but he's starting to get his feet under him.
Yeah, how about this? Aaron Glenn with the Jets, 0-5. Kellen Moore, 1-4. Ben Johnson, 2-2. Brian Schottenheimer, Cowboys, 2-1. Liam Cohen with the Jaguars, 4-1. So, Chargers, Dolphins.
Chargers had a bad loss last week. They'll win this one.
Browns, Steelers.
I'm going to pick the Steelers, but I'm concerned.
49ers, Buccaneers.
Buccaneers.
Yeah. Titans, Raiders.
Raiders.
Bengals, Packers.
Bengals have who now?
Flacco.
Joe Flacco. Yeah, I'm going to go.
Has Green Bay's number.
Yes.
Okay. Patriots.
I am going with Green Bay, though. I'm going with Green Bay.
You are?
Yeah, I'm going with Green Bay.
Okay. Patriots, Saints.
Patriots. Patriots are pretty good. They're a pretty good team.
Yeah, maybe the Titans should have kept.
Maybe they should have.
Lions, Chiefs.
The Chiefs are favored, but I'm going with the Lions.
Yeah, Chiefs not looking great.
Not looking great.
Bills, Falcons.
Bills.
Bears, Commanders.
Commanders.
Buys are Houston, Minnesota, and next Thursday will feature the Steelers at the Bengals.
I'll go with the Steelers.
Okay. Bruce, good to see you.
Yeah, with Burrow, they had a hard time beating Burrow, but I think they can beat Flacco.
All right. Have a good weekend.
You too, my friend.
Take care.